A lot of preparedness content focuses on gear, supplies, and plans. But there's one prep that comes with you everywhere, improves ordinary life, and can make almost everything work better too. That's your fitness. Because if you're fitter, life is usually easier. You move through it with less friction. Ordinary tasks take less out of you. And when things go wrong, you have more in reserve. So in this video, I want to talk about fitness for preparedness. Not as sport, not as vanity, and not as some macho fantasy, but as part of everyday resilience. Fitness is one of those topics that can make people a bit uncomfortable, and I include myself in that. I'm still on my own journey. I'm not coming to you as a finished specimen who sorted this all out years ago. I'm still in the process. And to be honest, I'm a bit wary of being on camera because of my size. That's just true. But I also know from direct experience that improving your fitness starts paying you back way before you reach the finish line. Before I go any further, I should say something important. For most people, getting fitter is likely to improve your health as well as your capability. But if you have special health circumstances, existing injuries, medical conditions, or anything that changes what's sensible for you, then you need to plan your fitness in a way that fits your own situation, ideally in consultation with your own medical professionals. This video is about some general principles of fitness. It's not a substitute for individual advice. The main angle I want to take here is that fitness should come first as part of everyday resilience. And then that same fitness can also help you in emergencies. It's not about training for the Olympics, and it's not about obsessing over performance metrics from day one. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look better either. But appearance is not the main point here. The point is function. A fitter person is usually more independent. You feel it in ordinary life. Things just take a bit less out of you. And if something does go wrong, whether that's a blackout, disruption, or a war, then that same fitness helps there too. One of the biggest mistakes people make with fitness is all or nothing thinking. They imagine the finished version. Slimmer, faster, stronger, more capable, whatever it is. And because they're still a long way from that point, they talk themselves into doing nothing or waiting for the perfect moment. But fitness is a lot like learning a language. You do not need to be fluent before language learning starts improving your life. Long before that point, life simply gets easier. You're less lost, less hesitant, more able to cope. And fitness is like that too. You don't need to be at the end of the journey before your body starts giving you more back. Fairly early on, you may notice that everyday life feels less heavy. You have a bit more ease of movement and a bit more in reserve. You don't have to wait until you're done before you start cashing some of the benefits. And that's one reason why I'm happy to talk about this while still being in the middle of my own journey. I've lost about 20 kilos from my heaviest. I'm still going. But the gains did not wait politely for the end. They started showing earlier than that. I think one of the most important parts of this topic is honesty. You need to be honest about your current physical condition and build from where you actually are, not from where your ego wants to pretend you are. That's not me being harsh, it's just practical. If you start from the wrong place, then you're more likely to injure yourself, burn out, or give up. Better to make steady progress than to behave like an idiot for 2 weeks and then spend a whole month recovering from your own enthusiasm. Start from where you are, and for a lot of people, walking is the obvious place to begin. Walking's underrated. It's simple, useful, free, and gets you used to moving under your own power. When you can comfortably walk, then in many cases it makes sense to start walking further. After that, you can start to incorporate some load as well. And that doesn't need to mean anything dramatic. It can be as simple as carrying a heavier than usual backpack on a grocery run, or deliberately adding a bit of weight to an ordinary walk. And at some point, if your body and circumstances allow it, you can begin incorporating some running. Exactly how much of each you do will depend on your body and your circumstances. But unless you have a good reason not to, I think that most people benefit from some blend of walking further, carrying, and running over time. Each of these builds something slightly different, and together they give you a more rounded base than just doing the one thing. Build a strong base, become less fragile and more capable in ordinary life. After that, if performance starts to matter to you, fine. Optimize if you want to. Chase the numbers if that interests you. But I still think the foundation comes first. And if you never become especially interested in the numbers, then that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with staying mainly in the resilience lane and simply continuing to become more broadly capable. That broad competence counts much more than narrow specialization, at least to begin with. It's also worth saying that prepper fitness is not just about cardio. Yes, cardio is important. Walking, running, swimming, cycling, all of that has a place. And again, loaded walking can mean ordinary life things too, not just marching around dressed for the end of the world. It might simply mean carrying a bit more in daily life. But practical strength matters too. Not bodybuilding for the mirror, practical strength. The ability to handle awkward physical tasks with confidence. Real life throws that at you all the time. Mobility matters too, and so does general robustness. If your body is fragile, that limits what you can do. And think about your recovery. It's one thing to do something once. It's another thing to do something awkward today and still be useful tomorrow. One of the least glamorous truths in fitness is also one of the more important. Consistency beats drama. Quiet, repeatable effort beats dramatic bursts of motivation followed by injury, burnout, or total collapse. Incorporating a variety of activities helps keep boredom and overuse injuries at bay. Swimming and cycling are also excellent ways to build fitness without just doing more of the same. So no, this is not just a message about jogging. It's about becoming more useful in your own body. That applies to fitness as much as it applies to prepping in general. A person who steadily becomes more capable over time is doing something far more useful than someone who goes mad for a fortnight and then stops for 3 months. And for many people, fitness gains and weight loss do start reinforcing each other. Not always perfectly, and not for everyone in exactly the same way, but often enough. As movement gets easier, it becomes easier to do more. And as you do more, life often starts improving in very practical ways. So I suppose the main point I want to make is this. Fitness is not a side quest to preparedness. It's not some specialist concern for the sporty people or military types. It matters to ordinary people too. It's part of resilience. It makes daily life more manageable and gives you more options. It helps you stay independent for longer. And if something does go wrong, it gives you a better chance of coping well. You do not need to be finished before it starts helping you. That's the bit I most want people to hear. If you're starting from a rough place, do not make the mistake of thinking that fitness only starts paying dividends once you become some polished version of yourself. That's not how it works. The payback starts earlier than that. Improvement itself has value. So be honest about where you are and start from there. Build a base, do a bit more than you're doing now. Do it sensibly, do it consistently, and let your body become a stronger part of your overall resilience rather than a neglected weak point. If this video has given you a bit of a nudge, good. That's really the point. You don't need to fix everything this week, but you can make a start. And if you're already on the journey, keep going. If you found useful ways of building your own fitness as part of everyday resilience, put them in the comments. I think this is one of those areas where people can genuinely help each other. And if you're enjoying this kind of grounded, practical preparedness content, subscribe, because that's what I want this channel to be about. Thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to our next video.